The forgotten power of nature. I've spent over 30 years in medical research. I've seen trends come and go, drugs rise and fall, and clinical guidelines rewritten over and over again. But some truths, some remedies are timeless. One of them is sarsaparilla, a humble root with powerful healing properties, now buried beneath bureaucracy, fear, and profit-driven agendas. What if I told you that this herb, known to our ancestors for centuries, could do what many modern medicines only promise? Detox the blood, reduce inflammation, reboot your immune system, even fight off chronic conditions like arthritis, eczema, and perhaps even cancer. But there's a problem. It's been banned, restricted, and maligned. Not because it failed, but because it couldn't be patented. And that's where the story begins. From sacred root to global pariah, sarsaparilla isn't some exotic fringe herb. It's been used in South America, the Caribbean, and parts of Asia and Africa for centuries. Brewed into teas, made into tonics, or consumed as tinctures. It was the people's medicine. Natural, effective, accessible. In the 1800s, it even made its way into the U.S. pharmacopoeia. Used to treat syphilis and skin disorders. It was considered a blood purifier, a concept rooted in traditional medicine that resonates even with modern detox science today. So why did it fall out of favor? Because sometime around the 1960s, a compound related to sarsaparilla saffrole was flagged by regulatory agencies. It had a potential link to cancer in lab rats. Despite the fact that sarsaparilla and saffrole are not the same, the association was enough to cast a long shadow over this root. Was it concern for public health, or was it something deeper? Dr. Sebi and the return to earth. Among those who never abandoned sarsaparilla was the late Dr. Sebi, a healer from Honduras. He treated celebrities like Lisa Left Eye Lopes, Michael Jackson, and hundreds of ordinary people. He didn't earn a medical degree. Instead, he studied the body through observation, through nature, and through the wisdom passed down from his grandmother. He believed that most modern disease came from mucus and acid buildup in the body, fueled by a Western diet high in processed foods and low in electrical nutrition. For him, herbs weren't just supplements. They were life correctors. One of his most relied upon herbs? Sarsaparilla. The science behind the myth: sarsaparilla contains active compounds, saponins, flavonoids, and plant sterols. These phytochemicals have documented effects, binding to toxins like heavy metals, supporting the liver and kidneys in detox functions, reducing inflammation in gout and arthritis, improving eczema and psoriasis, fighting bacterial and fungal infections, balancing hormones by mimicking natural steroids. In lab tests, one compound sarsaponin binds endotoxins and clears skin lesions. Another, estilbin, offers anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, vital in the fight against autoimmune flare-ups. Some researchers now explore whether it can induce apoptosis in cancer cells, essentially making them self-destruct. That's not folklore. That's science. The real reason they don't want you to know. You see, sarsaparilla can't be owned. It grows in the wild. You can't patent it. And therein lies the problem. Pharmaceutical companies thrive on synthetic compounds they can patent, trademark, and sell under exclusive rights. But a plant? A plant can't be monopolized. That's why every time a natural remedy gains traction, there's either a safety scare, a regulatory block, or simply media silence. The goal isn't to disprove the plant. It's to distract the public long enough to forget about it. Dr. Sebi challenged this model. He once walked into court with over 70 patients who testified he cured them. Many of illnesses doctors had given up on. And what was his treatment protocol? Mostly herbs, clean water, a plant-based alkaline diet, and sarsaparilla was at the center of it. Real people, real healing. Let me share a story. A patient named Marcus, 57 years old, diagnosed with chronic psoriasis for over 2 decades. Nothing worked. Topical creams, corticosteroids, even light therapy. Marcus came to me out of desperation. He was skeptical, but open. We introduced sarsaparilla tea to his daily regimen, along with turmeric and nettle extract. Within 3 weeks, the redness and flaking reduced. By the 6th week, he called it a miracle. Another example. Angela, a school teacher. She battled severe joint pain from rheumatoid arthritis. After using sarsaparilla capsules for 2 months, she could climb stairs again. No more daily ibuprofen. These are not isolated miracles. They're outcomes from nature's pharmacy. Cleansing, beyond the colon. The modern detox trends often focus on colon cleansing. But the truth is, detoxification should be systemic. Sarsaparilla supports the entire body, from lymphatic drainage to kidney filtration. It stimulates bile production, assists the liver in breaking down toxins, flushes heavy metals out of the bloodstream. It doesn't just clean, it heals. This is intracellular detox. It means every single cell gets rejuvenated, not just your digestive tract. That's why many patients report feeling lighter, more mentally clear, and more energetic within days. Spiritual roots and ancestral wisdom. Sarsaparilla wasn't just physical medicine. It was part of a spiritual practice. Indigenous tribes used it in ceremonies. They believed it purified not only the body, but the soul. This resonates deeply with holistic medicine, because when we heal the gut, the blood, and the brain, we also heal our spirit. We feel more grounded, more in tune, less reactive, more open to peace. Dr. Sebi understood this. To him, healing wasn't about silencing symptoms. It was about restoring balance. A system that profits from sickness. Let's be blunt. Health is not profitable. Sickness is. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't earn from herbs. They earn from dependency. Monthly prescriptions. Repeat doctor visits. That's why natural solutions like sarsaparilla remain ignored. Or worse, demonized. They can't be branded. They can't be sold under a patent. But the tide is turning. More people are asking questions. More are turning away from synthetic quick fixes and back toward ancient answers. Lessons we must remember. So what do we learn from sarsaparilla? That nature offers us complete systems of healing. That wisdom can come from a grandmother, not a white coat. That balance in the body is the first step to balance in life. But above all, we learn to question. Why would something so healing, so natural, so powerful be restricted? The answer isn't just scientific. It's economic. It's political. But it's also hopeful. Because every person who reclaims their health through plants like sarsaparilla becomes a ripple in a much bigger wave. A wave of healing, of awareness, of reconnection with Earth. Your health is your power, and that power should never be taken from you. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay grounded in nature. Because sometimes the answer isn't new science. It's ancient truth.